Nextech3D is moving to dominate the enterprise event space with the launch of Nextech Event AI. This is a unified operating system that's designed to handle everything from 3D floor plans to lead gen for their Fortune 500 clients. Now, to power this new ecosystem, the company is also rolling out Nextech Credit, which is a universal currency that allows brands to buy in bulk and spend across the entire Nextech platform. Joining us to discuss is Evan Gappelberg. Evan, welcome back.
It's great to be back, Rachel.
So yeah, instead of companies using 5 different apps for an event, you clearly just want them to use one. How does your AI layer specifically help a project manager, say at a company like Google, manage an event more efficiently than the manual old school way?
Sure. So we're using what's called a semantic brain type of AI, where it learns. It's not just something that you ask questions of. It actually recognizes patterns and styles. And so this AI ecosystem that we're creating allows for purchasing managers to purchase not just for their local team in North America, but also have an event globally in different time zones. And to organize all of that is no simple task. That's actually quite complex. We are the only platform that I'm aware of that actually has this global procurement system in place. And to add to that, Rachel, we've included what's called Nextech Credits, which really creates an Amazon-style frictionless ecosystem for enterprises. It's the concept is really one PO strategy. So eliminating all the procurement friction, a single purchase order now unlocks our entire ecosystem, which extends from EventX to MapD to Krafty Labs. EventX does ticketing, badging, and trade show apps and AI matchmaking. MapD does floor plans and exhibitor booth sales, and Krafty Labs does experiential events, either virtual and on-site. And when you combine all of this into one dashboard, one currency called the Nextech Credit, it allows Fortune 500 clients, which are our existing clients, to move budget seamlessly between HR, between marketing, and between different groups around the globe. You could just, designate who gets credits.
Mm-hmm. And so it's dollar for dollar internal currency. Is that correct?
It is. It is okay. Dollar for dollar. We wanted to keep things simple. There's no fluctuation in the dollar. So, you put in $10,000, you get 10,000 credits. And then you could use those credits across our platforms. We're actually going to also be launching corporate gifting for our clients, which allows companies like Google, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, Oracle. These are existing customers that we have today. And so our goal is to get a bigger share of their wallet. And by offering corporate gifting, for instance, which is 100 times bigger market than the experiential event market, it allows us to definitely get a bigger share of market during, holiday season, for instance, like, Q4.
Is that the same thing or different from your incentive ladder?
It's a little different. So the incentive ladder is, the more credits you buy, the more services you unlock on the platform. And so that's, just a little bit different. We were just talking about how the platform will be able to offer advertising to the internal, let's say, Googlers. So let's say you're an HR person at Google and you're having an experiential event. Let's just say it's truffle making. And so you want everyone to show up, and maybe there's 50 people. Using our internal marketing system on platform, you're able to send out marketing emails, reminders, to that group of 50, hey, your event's coming up. Hey, don't forget, your truffle's waiting for you, things like that. And that gets everybody to show up. And ultimately, that's a big win. So, it's the credit incentive ladder rewards clients who consolidate their spend with us, increasing our share of wallet, and also, driving the platform stickiness. But we're adding more and more features and functionality to the platform, every single month as we go forward. And we see it as a big win for us in terms of revenue and really having that stickiness where the client, doesn't bounce around from platform to platform.
And I'm sure we'll hear about, how they've responded, especially those larger clients that you've got to this. When we look at the first half of 2026, though, would you say that there are any metrics that we could be watching, like number of credits sold or total number of events hosted on the new OS that you could walk us through?
So in terms of what we should be watching for, I mean, we're in negotiations now for enterprise contracts. And so we expect to be closing those in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I mean, there's going to be a lot of activity going on. Launching the Semantic Brain, which we talked about just earlier, pairing OpenAI with Pinecone. Our platform understands the intent of why people should meet, and it provides a really high ROI for event organizers. These things should drive more and more enterprise deals into our basket. And, we just announced recently, Rachel, that we scaled our national infrastructure into 35 cities. This all happened in January. I mean, this has been a massively busy month for us. And, the goal is to really extend our footprint. The founders of Krafty Labs did a great job setting the company up for success, and now we're expanding the footprint so that we can accommodate all the inbound requests for different cities across the globe, and different services that all these enterprise clients keep asking for, and they are very demanding, Rachel.
Well, I know you've got a beefed up sales team now to meet that demand.
We do. We hired James. He's our global sales manager. We've hired a number of salespeople, and it's just super exciting at this time for us to be building Nextech for this new AI economy. We really think we've built the first ever unified AI-powered operating system for the global experience economy, and we've combined this universal credit currency, Nextech Credit, which we just spoke about, with the physical infrastructure in 35 cities, which we just spoke about, and a proprietary semantic brain, an AI brain, which we are providing the infrastructure that allows the world's biggest brands to engage their workforce at scale. And for us, because it's, primarily software, our margins are about 90%. And so these are very significant moves that we've made, Rachel, in just the first month of 2026.
Well, let's hope that continues, Evan. We'll see you in the next one.
Okay. Thank you.
That's Evan Gappelberg, guys, of Nextech3D.ai. Full information for you in our show notes. Thank you very much.